our man's in
What
now.
up?
Lance,
What up?
what's up,
What up?
Goody?
Look,
How
this dude,
how you feeling?
I'm
Hey man,
feeling good. I mean, this dude, he's so big time. He's the one, on the mic, walking around Golden One Center. I'm in the stands with the common folks. I'm like, hey, Lance, hey, you remember me? You know what I'm saying? That's how I gotta talk to this guy.
Well, that's how I feel with you. Like, I get it. Like, I know how it feels.
now you know what happened? Yo, I seen like it was about 3 kids try to take a picture with KC. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm off the clock."
Yep. Yeah, I seen that before. Yep.
Hey guys, this is family time, guys. Excuse me. And then the kids walked away crying. I mean, it was crazy. I
Oh,
mean,
hey, Steve, come on, man.
Man,
yeah,
I never leave the kids crying, man.
Come
You know
on,
I love the
man.
kids, man. You know that.
they was his kids, but the point is, the kids walked away crying. It's all. I ain't gonna go into the rest of the story, but things happen. Them kids will be okay.
Lance, you
What up?
always have fun. You always have fun no matter what. But how much more fun is it doing stuff like that with this version of the Sacramento Kings versus the ones that you started with a few years back?
Hey, it's fun this year to watch the anticipation, right? Like
Mhm.
it's a different energy in the building. Like everybody feel like, oh, we coming to see wins.
Mhm.
Before it was like, oh, we coming to support. But now it's like, oh nah,
Yeah,
we got
yeah.
real expectations.
Yeah.
So but it was all fun because there's benefits when the team ain't winning. It's a lot of benefits. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Ticket prices be a lot cheaper.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You can walk around a little freer in the building. Now it's like, where you going?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, there's
Lance used
winners over there. You can't get.
Lance used to be able to sit next to Luke Walton. Now he can't.
I called a timeout one time. That was like 4 years ago. I was like, "Yo, timeout," and I said, "No, not well. It's too late now. But come talk to me. Let me figure out what y'all working on because this ain't working."
Lance called a timeout and did a Mike Brown, went out, demonstrated like, no, you should have been here on defense. What are you? Lucas, like, what?
Nope, nobody questioned me. Now it'd be a lot of the talking
Yeah.
on the
on the earpiece.
The little what the IBFs, the EBTs, what they call them,
Close enough.
the UIDs, whatever they call them that they put in their ear, and they come put you on your hold on. They come once you get them fingers on your chest, that's when you know it's all bad. They put the fingers right here.
Yeah.
You're not going where you thought you was going.
This is a done deal. Hey man, so you're like, we'll talk about the career, in a second, but you make moves. You all over the country. People know you from Sacramento. They know you, do stuff with the Kings. Has the perception, obviously they're winning, but like, how is the national perception from your, comedy community changed on the Kings? Are they showing love, or are they like, man, y'all just healthy, man, y'all lucky? Like, how do they feel about the Kings
They
now?
showing crazy love. And the crazy thing was last year, I was getting so many texts. They was like, yo, what is the beam? Like they were just curious. Everybody just wanted to know about the beam. And they would just be texting me like the beam. When game 7, I had so many of my comedian friends hit me. It was like, man, I thought y'all had that. We was rooting for y'all, man. Y'all was right there. And like it was like a because I feel like Sacramento became like the underdog story of the league.
Yeah.
Because it was like not a lot of national attention, especially start of the year. And then it started to pick up later on. And I think once the playoffs hit, they was like, wait, they the 3 seed? Like, because I don't think people was like kind of watching it. And then like the beam was kind of like it started to catch on. But then once it was the playoffs, then it became like, like everybody knows what this is about.
Yeah.
And then once you started to see the those playoff crowds and those hitting the national media. If y'all remember the start of the season, I feel like that was the start of the season. That was the SNL sketch, right?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
SNL.
Yeah.
SNL sketch was the beginning of, so think about from the beginning of the season to the end of the season,
Right.
like being like the laughing stock of the league to an extent, to being like fan favorite across the league.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Has Tisha Campbell ever texted you about the Kings?
Damn, man. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little jealous, man. I was a little jealous. Oh, that's my girl.
Hey man, I was jealous of myself. I went like this. I said, "Is this you?" And the crazy part was, this was after the show. After the show, we was walking. Now we was crossing paths in the hallway like this.
Mm.
Now I didn't fully, like, I there was so much going on. I wasn't fully looking at her.
Mm.
So I'm walking past, and I got a few people with me, and she say, "You hella funny." And I look up and I said, "Thank you, Gina. I mean, Tisha."
Oh no.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. It was so many people there that night.
So what was so for I'm sure everybody has seen this, but like what was that night? There's a picture of you and Kevin Hart together, you and all the stars with the last night was epic caption. What was that night all about?
So I've been on tour. I've been traveling with a few different people. I travel with Tony Roberts regularly, and I've been traveling with Desi Banks.
Mm.
So Desi had a show at the Novo in Hollywood.
Oh wow.
So that's what that was. Sold out the Novo in Hollywood. Now the Novo is crazy. It's right next to the ESPN building.
Yeah.
So I didn't, because that was my first time at the Novo. So yeah, that was like, oh man, it was Kevin Hart, Lil Baby, Waka Flocka, Tisha Campbell. It was a bunch of people. I don't want to start. Todd Gurley was really cool. Todd Gurley, my man, he's super cool. He was in the building. But yeah, that was that night. So it's all kind of people there. And when you be around like certain levels of fame, they start to say stuff that's just normal, but it's not normal. So like imagine me and Jesse sitting there talking and he like doing this on the phone. Okay, cool. So Martin coming tonight.
There's only one Martin.
Yeah. I thought he probably talking about Martin, the chef, because we gotta eat. You talking about Martin Lawrence?
So Martin and Gina were both there.
Martin didn't show up. He told me later. He said Martin can't come, but he wants us to come to the house tomorrow to watch the football games.
That's normal. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, cool.
Those things be happening down there, man. I remember I wasn't even, like, I was just a regular dude. I still am, but like they used to have the Conga Room on Mondays, and I think Mark Curry would host, and like not on schedule. Tyrese is in the building. Tyrese, you want to come up and sing? And he'd sing for like 30 minutes, like on a Monday night in the Conga. We're like, what?
Yeah.
What? It's crazy how people show up to those things.
What more do you want from me?
Oh. That might be his most favorite famous song ever. That one right there.
That's a classic.
What more do you want from? Hey man, I don't want to get into all of that, but I seen his ex-wife was coming out saying that she made a mistake getting a divorce.
Yeah.
And it's like, so we laughing at him saying that, but now she's doing that.
Yeah.
And now it's like a cycle.
Full circle. Yeah.
And this probably could have all been avoided if you just would have took her to the Cheesecake Factory on the first day.
Oh no, don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Can't do that.
If you took her to the Cheesecake Factory first date, you could have avoided all this. But you took her somewhere that wasn't on the list. And now we here, baby.
First of all, I pray Tyrese is okay, because I don't think brother's well. Yeah, Tyrese is not right. So I hope whatever's wrong with him gets rectified. 2, who made that list?
The women.
It was a group of women.
What women?
There was a group of women online. I think they was just because when you read the list, so many of them are like duplicates. It's like Starbucks coffee dates. It's like, well, that's the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like, don't want to go to a fight, Waffle House. That's the same thing. Phillies, Applebee's. That's the same thing.
You're gonna get that at the Waffle House, man. Hey, man, let's talk about these Kings, man.
Oh yeah.
What you thinking about this team this year? We talk about it all the time about people talking about, oh, they were the healthiest team in the league, and they're gonna regress. I don't see it that way. I think they're legit, established something. They're that good as a team. I don't know what the third seed's going to be this year, but I'm thinking 45 to 50 wins, maybe even a little bit more. What you think about the Kings this year?
I mean, well, when you talk about the healthiest team, they deal with injuries too.
True.
Every team is going to deal with injuries. They didn't have the major, but a lot of teams didn't have that. Mm-hmm. As far as my prediction, as far as a record goes right now, 82-0.
Well, I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not predicting no losses till I see it. I ain't never seen them lose. Have you seen them lose this season? I ain't never seen it.
Humbly speaking,
yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not just gonna start throwing losses. I ain't never seen them lose this season. I've never experienced such a thing. So as of right now, I say 82-0. You know what I mean?
Right now.
Yeah, but so I always look at it like, if you take all of the teams from last year, right? You take the top 8 last year. Mm-hmm. You always think who got better, who got worse, who stayed the same. And you know what I mean? So I feel like Denver will be fine, but I do feel like losing Bruce Brown was key. But I do think they got the pieces that can plug in to make that okay. Now you go to Memphis was number 2.
Oh,
so Ja's gone for the first 25 games. Mm-hmm. Right? Steven Adams is done for the season.
Yep.
So now you bring in Marcus Smart and Derrick Rose, which I think are good pickups, but for what they do, and they lost Dylan Brooks.
Mm-hmm. I like Dylan Brooks more than more people think.
Yeah. So I don't think they'll be a 2 seed again.
I'm with you.
Now
I don't think they're top 8.
Yeah.
You don't think they're top 8? That's what I'm saying. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I then you go, now we come to Sacramento. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Stayed intact. Mm-hmm. Brought everybody back and added some pieces. Brought the EuroLeague MVP in. What? Huh? Oh, I thought somebody said something. You bring in JaVale McGee. I like it.
Yeah.
We get second year Keegan Murray. I like it. Mm-hmm. De'Aaron Fox is saying all the right things. Say he want to be known as one of the best two-way players in the league.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I like it. So I mean, then who was fourth? Who was the 4th seed last year? That was the Clippers.
Was it the Lakers?
Phoenix? I think it was.
Phoenix.
Oh,
it was
the
Phoenix.
Clippers or the Suns, because they played the 4 or 5 matchup.
Yeah.
Okay,
Phoenix.
cool.
Yeah.
So if it's Phoenix, we would assume that they're going to be a lot better.
Better, a lot better. Booker looked like he ready to make.
Yeah, I might ride with you on that one. That team may go where Booker goes. Yeah. Not Brad, not KD. That team may go where Booker goes.
So just imagine that, and then saying if Booker's having an off night, they got to lean on Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then if KD ain't feeling it, well, I guess Bradley Beal's going to have to do something.
Yeah,
I think they're going to be pretty good.
They top 4 for sure. You could probably even say top 3. I'd see them in the top 3.
So now we're talking about health with them, and that's really it. In my opinion, is just health. Like I don't
like the supporting. I don't like that supporting cast. I know Koji was balling last night.
If that's a Koji for a season,
there ain't nothing you can do.
That's
but
tough.
I don't think that's gonna be him for a season. I don't like that supporting cast.
Could be a good role for him. Like no pressure on him whatsoever.
Let me ask both of you guys this.
Brad.
This is what I thought last night. You think Eric Gordon gonna be part of a number 1 seed or a championship team at this point in his career? Guy played like
Eric
30
Gordon.
minutes last night.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh,
You think
but I mean, but that's
think about it
what
that
I'm
way.
saying. That's without Bradley Beal. So
True.
every guard's minutes is going to change when Bradley Beal's there. But
That's fair.
they're also playing for playoff time. Like their focus is championship time.
Mhm.
You know, so there's gonna have, but then again, it's like, can you turn that off and on?
Mhm.
You know, a team like that, their focus is we need everybody healthy come playoff time and we'll be fine. But that was
Mhm.
their focus last year, and they got exposed
Mhm.
defensively more than anything when they
Mhm.
played Denver. Like Denver was getting anything they wanted,
Right.
you know, but then they also have another full year of Kevin Durant. I don't know. You know what I mean? Then you go to the Clippers, right? Now I'm gonna tell you the main thing that scares me about the Clippers if I'm a Clippers fan.
Oh.
They got too many shoe deals on that team. Kawhi wear New Balances, Paul George got Nikes, Russell Westbrook is Team Jordan, and
Yeah.
Terrence Mann just signed with Skechers.
Oh man.
I don't know if you could depend on players that sign with Skechers. And New Balance, I ain't never seen it.
I ain't never seen it.
They just signed Terrence Mann and Julius Randle to Skechers.
Well, Joel too, right? Didn't Joel
was
Joel ain't
Skechers.
signed. Joel, they talking to Joel.
Oh, he ain't signed yet. Oh,
Nah, that's
okay.
gonna be the biggest S on a shoe.
you
Joel signed with Skechers. I'm telling you, man, you can't trust all of these shoes all over the place, man. You know, so
I actually like the Clippers for like the 5th straight year.
Yeah,
I
do
like
too.
them. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna stay healthy, but
Did you see
like
Paul
him.
George? Paul George got more self-awareness, despite him giving himself the playoff P moniker at the wrong time. He was someone asked him about his legacy in LA. He's like, I can't finish the season. That's my legacy. Like I can't finish the season here.
I really like Paul George, man.
Yeah, me
I
too.
do too.
Like when he talk. All right, let me tell y'all the story, right? The same night that show you talking about, come on in LA. So when I left, I had to come back to SAC to do Phil Oates does the golf tournament. So it was Sunday, Monday. So after the show, after that the party, I go straight to the airport to catch a 6 a.m. flight back here from LA. Yeah. I'm sitting at the gate with my headphones on, probably listening to some destructive music to our community. And
D-Lo and KC on 102.5 coming up later this afternoon.
Listen to somebody, Ron, propane with cocaine or something like that. And I look up and I say, yo, that look like Draymond. It's Draymond at the gate. Right? So then Draymond is walking. So now he walks towards me, and then me and Draymond just end up talking for the next hour at the airport. And we on the same flight. I'm saying that to talk about Paul George. Now, I'm asking Dre about his podcast. And I said, yo, are you still doing the podcast? I ain't seen no episodes. He said, I don't do it in the off season because I don't want to like make up stuff to talk about. Like that's not, I don't want to do that. So then I asked him, I said, how do you feel about, how did I ask this question? I said you was early with it, and now a bunch of players have podcasts. Like, how do you feel that is affecting things? And this is what he said to me. He said, if you notice, a lot of these companies are starting to lay off people, right? Because they don't need their voice anymore if we're talking directly. So if you got a CJ McCullough, Paul
Paul
George,
Mm-hmm.
Draymond Green, JJ Redick,
Mhm.
Jeff Teague.
Yeah.
I think Austin Rivers got one.
Yeah, he
Austin
does.
no, but they
Yeah.
just hired Austin Rivers.
ESPN, yeah.
ESPN just hired Austin Rivers.
Yeah.
Evan Turner
He does. Word
with
voice.
Andre Iguodala.
Mhm.
So on, but there's more. There's a lot more, right? He was like, yeah, they don't need such and such, whose only claim to fame was the company that they worked for.
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
never built up their own platforms. They
Mhm.
were just such and such from ESPN or such and such from whatever company.
Mhm.
Saying that to say, when I'm looking at Paul George,
Mhm.
I feel like once he started doing his podcast, his likability went up 1,000%
Yep.
to people.
Facts.
Mhm.
Yep.
Because I think people like Paul George are easy for people to hate because he's like he kind of is one of the people who looks like he has it all.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? He's like this tall, good-looking athlete who just be chilling, and you know what I mean?
It's
And
like things come so easy to him, right? Like the
exactly,
game,
like
life comes so easy to Paul George, it looks like.
you know what I mean? And people get these preconceived ideas of who you are.
Mhm.
And then you hear him talking, oh, nah, y'all think this dude is arrogant because he called himself Playoff P. When you hear him talk, he's like, oh, this dude actually has like great perspective, and you can actually hear his like insecurities in certain things. You can hear his awareness in a lot of things.
Mhm.
You know, you can listen to him break down basketball. It's like, oh, you know what I mean? And I think that's happening with a lot of players.
Yeah.
Like I think about players back in the day, and all that we had was what they told us about them.
Mhm.
And now you hear some of these players talk, you like, oh nah, he cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this is the nicest guy in the world. He just first, I think it's tough when you just ask somebody to compete at the highest level, and then right when they're done, put a microphone in their face.
I agree. Yeah.
What do you think?
Especially if they lost.
If they lost,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They haven't had no time to process and say the
Harrison,
right
tell me about that missed shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, what
Well,
Lance said is he said, Draymond really said, you
Oh,
notice how when people before our podcast are starting to get laid off, now that we're here, you got to understand
laugh.
that we're here and they don't need the middleman anymore.
Don't laugh, Lance.
Quite
'cause then
frankly.
he's just gonna keep going.
Now this is a great impression. I didn't know you had it in you.
Man, you know I got a little stuff, man. Lance, we're gonna see you after the Kings game tonight on the broadcast, right?
That's a great
I
question.
feel like you should know the answer to that, Lance. It's 2:43. I feel like you should definitely know that.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I've been getting messages like, "Yo, can you like for real?" I'm like, it's 3 minutes left in the game. That's not what we asked you. What we asked you was, can you hop on? I got a show tonight, so I might.
Oh, you got a show tonight? Where you at? You in Sac?
I'm at Punchline. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Punchline tonight at 8:00.
Lance, we appreciate you. Shout out Grind Crazy. That gear.
Yeah.
You see Lance
Absolutely.
rocking that all the time. That's a Sacramento-based business right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Shout out Grind Crazy and shout out Lance for always rapping them. Lance, we appreciate you, Brody, man. Thanks for joining us. Great stories right there.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all. We stopped at the 4th seed, but it don't even matter. You know what I mean? As long as y'all understand that the Kings is going 82-0, nothing else really matters, man.